Coaches Desk family, welcome to another edition of the show. Yeah, man, with your host, Coach Minzy. I trust that everybody is doing well. Everybody is doing all right. It's a new day, a new blessing. Yeah, just continue to stay safe. And whatever you do throughout the day, just be productive. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, big up to the persons who have been supporting the movement over the past few months. Yeah, man, I really appreciate it. Big up yourselves. You know yourselves. And for the newbies, welcome. I'm certain you are going to enjoy this journey with us. You know what I mean? So, Coach Tappa Whitmore is not pleased. Yes, that's what I'm going to be talking about. Coach Whitmore isn't pleased with what transpired down in Japan on the tour. First of all, people, this seems like a reoccurring decimal where after a tour, then you know that the response will be similar. You know what I mean? And we have heard this before from Coach Whitmore. He's not pleased with how things are operating. He spoke about football is not only played on the field. You have all the off the field things to be sorted out, and he was critical in that instance. To begin with, the tour didn't really get off to a good start. Players missed flights and all sort of things. Players were turned back because of certain protocols that were not followed. Hence the cancellation of the first game by mutual, agreement. So that was where it went. Second game, I mean, they played a game, used a makeshift midfielder in Damian Lowe. And to be frank, Whitmore says he doesn't want to use Damian Lowe there. That's what he lamented on. That Damian Lowe was used, but that's not the favorable position for Damian Lowe. And apparently, what Whitmore is saying that his hands were forced. But he has a Kevin Isaac, he has a Lambert, he had Devon Williams there. So why didn't he use the persons who came? Is it a case where he's not pleased with those persons? And Anthony Grant was trying to come, who is a good defender. But from what we hear, he's too old. From what we also hear, he's not good. He's playing in a lower league. His team got demoted, even though he has good numbers. So, I mean, so apparently the players that went to the trip in terms of the central midfielders, Coach Whitmore, seemingly, based on what he said, isn't happy. Because if he had them and he had to use Damian Lowe, that speaks volume. You know what I mean? So something isn't right. I don't like how that sounded, but nevertheless, that's how it is. He played, he did a job according to Whitmore, but he did not want to play him there. It is not something that he's looking forward to going in the future to play Damian Lowe in that position. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that is just a one-off game. He said it's a one-off situation. No, so that game, I believe it was a good game. Glimpses of hope, you know what I mean? Played against a team that is ranked in the top 30 and pull off a one-all draw. Kudos to them, especially the tactical awareness of the coach to employ that sort of tactics was a high point in my estimation. So, fast track to the final game against the Japan U24. Trust me, that was a game that wasn't pleasing to the eye. It was a very abysmal performance. It was an eyesore. The players did not live up to expectation. The tactics was off, and so forth. So all in all, the trip, according to Whitmore, was one of a mixed reaction because, of course, this would have been preparation for the Gold Cup, and he would not have seen some of the things that he wanted to see. In other words, it's not all smooth sailing when you look at the preparation. And in less than 4 weeks, the players will have a game in the Gold Cup versus a Suriname team. So it is a situation that is not a good look on the Reggae Boys. Also, Whitmore is saying that he would have gotten some players from England. He would have liked them. He saw how they played, and he would have liked their play. Now to know that it is a possibility that some of them will not play because of passport situation, and Whitmore was kind of angry where that is concerned. You know what I mean? Because these things should have been sorted out. These players played in the America game, and to know that these issues aren't sorted out, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Two things that were critical elements of the technical staff plan for Japan tour and which were unrealized were to have a 30-man squad on the ground and 3 matches. So that didn't materialize, of course. They wanted to play the 3 games. They wanted to see all players. That didn't materialize. You know what I mean? So, I mean, this is a trip that you would say, as I said earlier, mixed reaction. Wasn't 100% in no department, if you ask me. So, I mean, what will this team look like going into the Gold Cup? Are we gonna, if Whitmore spoke about the chemistry, the gelling and all of these things, he got no time for that. So the preparation basically, boy, the preparation was basically a waste because you listed a 30-man squad, and at the end of the day, you had 19 players there. People pulled out for various reasons, personal reasons of the sort. So I mean, you see, I don't like the whole travel arrangements. I wish the Reggae Boys would just hand over this aspect of it to somebody, some reputable institution that can take care of this. So whenever they have games, the travel arrangement will be done by an agency. You know what I mean? If it is not done by one now. So I don't want to say it is not when it is actually been done. But even so, if it is been done, then they should get rid of that agency because from time to time, these things are happening when they travel. You know what I mean? Excuse me, people, but I'm really frustrated with what is happening. Really frustrated, and I can imagine how the coach feel. If I'm on the outside looking in, feeling this way, can you imagine the coach? This is ludicrous, man. Trust me, it is, and these things need to be sorted out ASAP. It can't be a case where we are going into a tournament that we are touted to win. How can we win a tournament when we are underprepared? That's not life. You can't go and win and you're not prepared. That's against the rules of sports. That's against the rules of sports. There's no way you can underprepare or don't prepare. And then a team that has prepared for so long. I know persons will debate this point, but as a sporting person, you can't underprepare and expect to win unless the field or the competition is below zero. You know what I mean? So I mean, Whitmore is not pleased. A lot of things are happening. There was a deadline for a 60-man provisional squad due yesterday. We understand that it has been extended to the 18th, so the 18th that squad will be released. So, I mean, we still have more time, and we are hoping that the players who their paperwork's passport has not been sorted out, it will be done ASAP so that Whitmore could get these players. Because if he doesn't get these players, then the expectation that would have for them or or the Reggae Boys to win the competition is gonna be down. So we can't blame him. Albeit he'll be assessed according to the technical committee head, Rudolph Speed, at the end of the Gold Cup. You know what I mean? So let's watch and see what will happen, people. Big up yourselves. Thanks for tuning in. As always, thanks for the support. Continue to stay safe. Peace out.